So let's just start by closing our eyes and just getting comfortable and settled in our seat so that we can feel the air moving in and out of our bodies and there's space for any energy to move. And just bringing your attention to the breath as it comes in and out of our bodies, either in through your mouth or your nose, and just how that feels. Is it hot? Is it fast? Is it coming in deep or shallow? Just really noticing how that feels as it comes in and out of your mouth or your nose. Is it feeling cold? Can you feel it on your lips or the edge of your nostrils or your upper lip? Can you start to feel it as it actually goes in, either in on your tongue or up through your nostrils? And just notice how that feels. Just staying with the breath for a few more breaths. And this is something we can do at any time of the day. Just bring our focus inwards and into our breath. And then just starting to notice as the breath comes a bit further into our body, whether that's further up to the top of our nose or down in through our throat. And just noticing how that feels. Is it warm or cold or harsh or smooth? Just bringing our focus inwards. Just bringing that awareness to how things feel for us on the inside. Just using the breath to bring us inwards, bring our focus onto what's going on inside our bodies. And just noticing the breath coming in down through our throats. And are you noticing, are you feeling it come into your shoulders? And how does that feel as you feel inside? Noticing your shoulders, maybe either side of your spine, right at the top of your back, just below the base of your neck. And then at the front and right at the top of your chest, just below your throat. And just noticing how the breath feels as it comes in and down through our chest, down to our hearts. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Seeing if we can notice how that breath, whether it's cold or warm or smooth or harsh, notice if we can feel it going down through our passageways and down into our bodies, down past our shoulder blades, our chest, our hearts. And can you feel it in your solar plexus as it moves through your solar plexus? Just noticing if there's any tension or spaciousness or lumps or bumps as you go. We're not going to do anything about them. We're just gonna notice them. Just bring awareness to it all. Any tension in your backs, down either side of your spine. Just noticing, not trying to let go or release anything. And as we breathe, just noticing that breath. Are we noticing it coming down into our stomachs, filling up that top part of our stomach? Can we feel it further down in our abdomen and our bellies? Can we notice our bodies rising and falling as the air fills us up and then leaves our body? And just noticing that sensation, the quality, just as it comes into our body, as we feel it in our body and as we feel on the insides of our skin and the insides of our bodies. And just having a root around and just feeling inside. Just bringing awareness to whatever's going on inside. And as we just keep our attention on the breath, start to feel into our hips and our pelvis, our seat bones and that connection with the chair or the floor or whatever it is we're sitting on. And just feeling that fill up and our bodies rise and fall as the breath comes in and out of our body. And then noticing the feeling inside our thighs, noticing how our backs of our thighs are connecting to the chair, and just feeling whether there's any tension in our thighs or whether we just feel really held by the seat or the floor or whatever we're sitting on. And just noticing our knees, feeling into the knee joints. Is there anything going on in there? And then down through our calves and our shins, and just feeling on the inside. Feeling under our skin, into the bone and the muscle. Down into our ankles, to our feet, the soles of our feet as they rest on the floor. How does that feel? How's that connection with the earth, with the ground? Are they feeling light or heavy or tense? Can you feel your toes? And just bring awareness to the tops of your feet and your insteps, and just giving your feet a bit of attention. I don't often think about my feet, so it's nice to bring awareness to that every now and again. And we're going to go for a full body scan, starting right at the top of our heads, right at the crown. Just noticing what's going on in our brains and our minds, just underneath the skull. Have we got thoughts going around, to-do lists, any stresses and tensions? And for now, just notice if they're there. Try not to attach to anything, but don't judge yourself if you do find yourself drifting off or going into a thought or a story. But do try and stay with the sensation of the brain. Is it fuzzy? Is it buzzing? Is it mushy? Is it blank? Is it really busy and tense? Just try and bring awareness to that. And if thoughts and stories come, just acknowledge them, notice them, but try not to hold on to anything. And then coming down to our eyebrows and our eyes, our eyelids, eye sockets and eyeballs, and bringing some attention to them, just noticing if they feel tense after being open for so long and looking and watching and reading and focusing. I've just got a moment to just be and just be noticed. I'm just going to pay attention to our eyes. And then just bringing our awareness down to our ears and our cheeks. Just scanning, seeing how they all feel, if there's any tension anywhere. Just noticing it, just acknowledging it, being aware of what's really going on for us at the moment. And just coming down, feeling into our mouths. Bringing a bit of awareness to our jaws. We can hold a lot of tension in our jaws, and we don't often realise that, and sometimes it's a good idea just to feel into our jaws. You might want to open your mouths a bit, let your jaw drop a few millimetres, or just whatever feels comfortable for you, and just notice if anything releases, or notice if there's tension there. It might not want to go, it might not want to release, and you don't want to force anything. You just want to be with whatever is there right now. Be held by your chair or whatever you're sitting on, and just be with it all. And then just continuing down into our throats. Our throat can hold a lot of emotion, and we can really feel into the insides of our throats. Just go down through our mouths, our tongue down in the insides of our throat. Notice how the breath is coming in, comes in through our mouth or our nose, up to the top of our nose and down through our throats, or in through our mouth and down through our throats. And just spend a couple of breaths just noticing if you can feel that breath as it comes in and out of your throat. And then we're back to our shoulders, and just noticing what's going on in our shoulders. Is there any tension there? Are they feeling open and loose and relaxed? And there's no judgment. It doesn't matter how they feel. The point of today is to just notice and bring that attention inwards into what's happening inside you. And then bringing the focus down into our upper arms, feeling what's going on inside our arms. Is there any tension there? Are we holding them close to our body, or are they feeling loose and soft and relaxed? Our elbows, our forearms and our wrists and our hands. Just feel into the palms of our hands, the backs of our hands, and fingers and thumbs, and then right through to the tips. And then bringing our attention back to the tops of our bodies, just below our neck, the shoulders, the front of our chest, and just feeling on the inside. How is that breath feeling? Is it coming into our chests and our upper bodies? And we feel it coming down through our passageways, our tubes. Is it filling up our chest? How is the breath feeling? Is it shallow? Is it getting deeper? Is it soft? Is it smooth? Is it quite harsh or quite strong? Coming down past our hearts, noticing how it feels on the inside. How is our heart feeling? Do we want to give it a little bit of a smile? Just notice if it's feeling open or closed or something else. Don't try and change it, just be with it. And down to our solar plexus. Notice what's going on there. Any tension? Is it open? Is it feeling spacious? And our stomachs. Noticing if we can still feel that breath coming into our bodies, and our bodies rising and fall as it comes in and out. And down into our bellies and our abdomens. And just notice if we can really feel what's going on in the bottom of our abdomen. Notice if those signals are getting from our brain to our abdomen. And there could be a block somewhere, anxiety, tension, all that stuff can block the messages getting through sometimes, but we're not concerned with that today. We're just noticing whether there is any tension or if we're spacious, and noticing if we can feel into the bottom of our abdomen, or if we can only feel as far as our stomach or our solar plexus or our chest. It's easy for us to stay in the top half of our body or the top third, and we're just trying to bring awareness to where we are in this moment. And then just feeling that connection with the chair or the floor. Just noticing if we feel held and supported, and or not. If we can just be, or if we're feeling that actually we're having to hold ourselves today. No judgment, that's all fine. Just be with that and just bring awareness to that. And then into our thighs. And just noticing how they feel. Are we holding them? Are we able to just rest? And how are our knee joints feeling? Our calves, our shins, our ankles. And down to our feet, and how that connection is with the ground. And then we're really just going to bring our attention back to the breath, coming in and out of our body, whether that's in and out of our mouth or in and out of our nose. And just notice how that feels. Is it warm or cold, or smooth or harsh, or soft or strong? Just bringing that attention to the breath as it comes in and out of our bodies. We can always bring attention to our breath. And then just start to become aware, as we come out of our inner journey, just the environment around you, and start thinking about being ready to come back into the world, and whether you can stay connected to yourself and still feel inside or not. And just notice that. There's no right or wrong or anything you have to be. It's just noticing what happens in your body as you start to think about the world around you. And then just wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe shrug your shoulders, whatever it is that makes you feel ready to open your eyes. And then when you're ready, we can open our eyes and bring the meditation to a close.